Hello, and welcome to Logan's Story. Today, I'm featuring a new series, a new movie review series, except it's not movies, it's TV. Get ready.
Ducks.
If you try to remove your collar, it...
Now, Gambit Jubilee!
Logan's Story. Hello, and welcome to Logan's Story. Today's review, we're going deep into the delving fact of XMEN in relation to children, and why it's such an important factor in today's society to retrace our steps in something, well,
nostalgic.
where even still, people still ring true of some sort of understanding of this show. Well, we're going to talk about three things. One, well, let's give some highlights. It's important to understand three main factors: the themes, the character, and the stories. The themes are pretty simple. They seem to grasp towards children in terms of teaching them some sort of important lesson about the world around them, the people, but most importantly, themselves. A lot of people could see themselves in Jean Grey. A lot of people could see themselves in Wolverine. How about Beast? What about Storm? All these different characters have some sort of, well, individual thing that makes them them. An individual gift, power, an individual set or goal, and, well, an individual problem. That's what makes these characters a little bit more memorable than you can possibly think. Do you know why? Because realistically, a lot of these shows in early times, I'm not really sure about shows today, but the shows I grew up with always had some sort of life lesson to take away from it. And, well, something important about X-Men is the very thing that we're going to talk about in this next segment. As you guys know as, let's go into detail. Individuality comes with some sort of important, well, responsibility. Sometimes you have to stand away from the crowd in order to understand your true self. Take these examples from the show. Sometimes in order to realize what you're truly meant to be, sometimes it takes your own responsibility to, well, fess up for your mistakes, take responsibility even when you can't, and even when it's not your fault, and especially understanding your true self as you are truly meant to be, and being your true unapologetic self no matter what the cost. This show is a clear resemblance on what people could be versus what people can be. Because everything said in the show is a possibility. It just takes someone like you to look it in the eye and, well, see yourself through these characters and apply it. Application is key. You look at these characters, you see them every day. You remember these characters. You know why? Because they were layered. Because you remember the characters, you remember the story. Because you remember the story, you remember the environments. Because you remember all of that combined, you remember X-Men. If none of these things were layered on top of each other, you wouldn't have all of these things. You would just have a joke, a sham, a means to negate all opportunity from teaching you, the viewer, something, without having it seem to be watered down or preachy. It's given in the way that it should be. Entertaining, with a sense of, well, a story. And here's the thing about living in the world we live in. We have this sense of entertainment to teach us about the world around us. Individuality is a very important thing. Once you get in that group, well, you go crazy. But I think what X-Men has taught us is how crazy groups can be, but how insanely important the true, authentic individual can be.
Space, you can keep your bitter. I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, nigga, catch a break. Better way.